Today we are reviewing the Rode Wireless Go 2.
Let's go.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rio Rex. So let's go over a couple of major things that really made me want to buy this. Number one, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. Two channels into one receiver. Okay, that's a huge thing because the previous version only had one, and I'm like, that's not really worth it. I go flying with Sven and stuff. I want to mic him up. I need two inputs. For example, if I want to use my Video Mic Pro as my first channel and then a Love as a second channel, to have two channels, couldn't do that before. I mean, you could, but you had to have like whole cable system. You had to split the signal and all this stuff, and it's just, I got the cables and then I never used it because it was just so inconvenient. This, my friends, is the most convenient situation you can have for audio. And audio is very, very important for video, filmmaking, vlogging, TikToking, all that stuff. It's very important. If people can hear you, then it's they're not going to watch your videos. So audio has to be good. Audio is like 70% of film. It's a big deal. The other part that's awesome that made me want to buy this is the convenience. Usually you have to pay for convenience. This, you just have the convenience. You're not paying for it. This thing is so underpriced for what it is, I feel like. See, this is my Osmo action rig that I'm going to do some tests with. This is convenient. I've been rocking this system, or Osmo action vlogging system, as a mini kind of thing where I just like, oh, I don't want to bring my A7S III, I'll just bring this. But previously, let me show you what I had before. I had this gigantic microphone, which sounds great. This is the Movo VRX10. Awesome microphone for like $30 or something. Sounds better than the Rode, you guys. If you guys do want a microphone, VRX10 Movo. So I've been rocking this for a while. The problem with this is that the small setup becomes gigantic. It's twice the size in terms of the space that it takes. And so when you're outside vlogging or whatever, this becomes no different than just like a mirrorless camera, basically, because it has this gigantic microphone on the top. It's always annoyed me. Now I can just put on this little square, this tiny square, right, and plug it in. The only thing, I guess the only downside of this is that this is battery powered, and so at some point it's going to run out of battery, whereas this is not battery powered. So this doesn't matter where you are. As long as your camera has battery, then you're good to go. So I guess that's the only other thing that you sacrifice. But you have to charge your camera too. Your camera's not going to last all day. So at some point you're going to have to charge stuff. For the convenience to make it this small, this is awesome. Another thing that really sold me on this product is the fact that this is 32-bit float. What that means is, well, so there's 16-bit, 24-bit, and then now there's 32-bit, which is crazy. This is the bit depth, which means there's more dynamic range. So from soft to loud, it can capture all of that, depending on the depth. These things don't even have volume control, so you don't even have to worry about that. Again, going back to the convenience factor, you can just plug it in, you can yell, you can whisper, whatever, and it'll capture it all in here, and it'll send it to your receiver, and then put it in your camera. Okay, next thing, a big thing again, is that this has internal recording. As long as this receiver is turned on and you enable that internal recording situation, this will start recording. Now that could backfire if you have this mic on somebody and you're like, oh, the camera's not on, and then you just leave it on. It's recording everything they're saying, and it's recording everything you're saying. So just be mindful that is what's happening. But the good thing is you're not missing anything. What this feature solves is basically if there's an issue with this cable, for example, and maybe it's not in all the way and you didn't check. Well, this, because it records internally, you now have a backup recording that's super high quality. In fact, this recording is higher quality than what this is receiving. So for the audio perfectionists, then what you would then do is then use this as a scratch track, right? And then you would replace everything with your high quality WAV files or whatever. Now you have to do that on the laptop, but I think that's because it needs to process things and it needs to spit out, a regular file like WAV or AIFF or whatever. And you can choose that in the app. The 32-bit thing also solves the issue of the dynamic range. So like I said, it doesn't have a volume knob. So whether you're whispering or whether you're yelling, or if you're by like a really, really loud siren or big engine or something, this is probably going to be fine for most cases. Of course, it's not going to capture everything, but it will capture much more than 24-bit, or especially 16-bit, which a lot of these little devices are. It's usually all just 16-bit. So it's a huge, huge jump from 16-bit to 32-bit. You're not going to have any clipping, you know, unless you're just clipping in your camera and your levels are too hot, then yeah, maybe you'll have some clipping. But again, this has internal recording, so you can save all those clips with the internal recorder if you want to go that far. So I think that's a huge, huge thing. Having this convenience and this high quality in your little pocket that will work with your iPhone, with my Osmo Action, Osmo Pocket, you know, DSLR, whatever. It's so good, guys. You can shoot a movie, you can shoot a feature film with this and this. I'm telling you guys, someone's gonna do it. Or action camera and this. Are any of you guys filmmakers, you FPV guys? There's no excuse. You need to be going out there and making films, making content every day, doing whatever you can to like flex that creative energy. So let's go do some tests. I'm gonna do probably a driving test or something, and then a walking test or something like that. All right, guys, we are now in the car. We are doing this quick test. I know, I have my dog with me, but I think that's gonna be a good test because this lavalier, I have a lavalier on. It's supposed to reject a little bit of sound. Hopefully it's not rubbing, because in the other test that I did earlier, I had my leather jacket and it was like creaking or something. How does it sound? I don't know, you tell me. You should probably know. I don't know. I think it was mic placement. But hopefully this sounds better, because I think this lav system would be great for you know, car YouTubers, for example, that do a lot of car reviews and stuff like that. And I know they want to hear the engine, but when they're talking, you know, they want to hear the talking, and you want that to be clear. I think this is a good test to have, you know, have it in the car, speaking in the car. You know, I also think for FPV guys, because I know, you know, this is primarily an FPV channel. I think for FPV guys who want to make videos and want to talk to the camera, I think this is like a must-have, especially for like vlogging on the GoPro. Or something like that. Although I do feel like this Osmo Action setup is much better, and I'll make a whole video on that. Hey, it's the next day. So, hopefully the audio is still working. I haven't charged this thing. And now I'm taking a little hike with Bush. Here my favorite spot. No quads today, just a little hike. I thought I would test it out. See how it sounds out in nature. Probably sounds, hopefully sounds really good. But I'm all lobbed up, and we are going up this rock. Whoa, it's a little steep. And yeah, how does it sound, guys? Nice view over here, right? Check it out. Check it out. You can see the mountains up there, which is where I live. I live up there. But yeah, how does it sound, guys? All right, so we're just chilling on this rock. And what I like about it is with my small little Osmo Action setup, I can just be very discreet and then just have this lav mic on me. And I don't have to talk very loud. You can hear me, and it's nice. It's nice. And I still get distracted when there's other people around, but I think it's a lot nicer, and it doesn't really attract any attention with a small little setup. And it sounds great. If I turn it around, if I turn around the camera, you can still hear me. Everything sounds good, and all that stuff. So what did you guys think with my little like vlog camera? It sounds pretty good, right? I mean, and that's just with this. I haven't even used it with the DSLR. And I'll probably do another video with that. But with this, just every day, just a quick like jaunt with this, that's what I'm looking for. High quality in a small little package. Packs a punch, man. It's super worth it. You should go buy it. I'm gonna keep using it. I'm gonna keep testing it on everything. Like I said, I've been waiting for something like this for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's sold out already. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more FPV and film tips. And of course, as always, keep it flying, my friends. We love you. We'll see you in the next video.
Push it to the limit, push it to the limit. I'm going 0 to 1,000 and no stop.